Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to do a follow-up. By way, again, Kevin Murdaugh had posted a video, and he had not just mentioned my name in the title by way of tagging, but this channel as well. Who again, I had no clue who they were until that video. And they're called "I Hate Dogs" live streams, and Murdaugh upset that they wouldn't engage in a debate with him. And so again, I wanted to kind of check it out to see what the all the fuss is about here. Now, here I'm gonna play some of this video. Now, this is for coming from a channel that really can tell the frustration, which is again, talk about all the, you look at the breed specific bans going on around the world, pit bulls, all the, the problems with in terms of relationships between dogs and owners. Just things seem to be out of control. Even the service dog industry, it's a disaster. It's a mess. I've talked about that. And so here you can clearly see kind of like the frustration, okay, coming out with what's happening related to just the dog culture. So I'm going to play just part of this video. This comes from again channel I Hate Dogs live streams called Dog Expert Fails Like All the Rest. So I think this is what probably triggered Murdaugh thinking, okay, expert, I want to debate this person because I'm the expert, and so I think certain keywords kind of he triggers up on them. So let's play some of this video here to see what this guy has to say.
There are dogs out there that are capable of enormous damage now, Niall.
Yeah, I said this when the XL Bully ban came in. People were obviously saying these breeds are dangerous, and as a dog trainer, and loads of other dog trainers would have been thinking, so many dogs are like that. So many dogs are capable of doing that.
So again, this is over in, I believe it's the UK area, and you're seeing breed specific bans. Are talking about certain bully breeds being banned. And again, I talk about this being symptomatic, of a greater issue when it comes to this permissive bribery based ideology that has really kind of overrun the dog training industry. Those who identify as force free trainers, even in terms of balanced dog trainers approaching training as a learning based exercise. Again, talk about how that opens the door to a counterfeit picture of change, people getting blindsided, attacked. And again, Murdaugh, in terms of, again, you talk about an ideology or talk about an approach, I talk about the holes and gaps, okay, in terms of a method that does not reconcile the core ingredients I talk about, influence and control, properly, in terms of changing perception of dogs the right way, in terms of making the relationship safe for dog owners so that these type of things don't happen in the first place.
In the wrong situation.
You idiots. Do y'all see how it's a pattern for these trainers to say that? What he just said, to use this talking point, that it doesn't make sense to ban the XL Bully because so many other dogs are capable of doing that too. You're building a case against all dogs. Thank you. But when they say that, they think that they're defending bully breeds, XL bullies. They're saying it in an attempt to defend the bully breeds, the breeds that were actually bred for fighting and unaliving larger animals.
So again, I talk about, breeds. Okay, I understand all dogs have the same type of social need based again on how they connect with the human at that level, at the social level. But again, when you look at certain breeds, some breeds have a higher level of that need, which again aligns to, again, you talk about leadership, not just leadership, about how those core ingredients are reconciled in a very specific way through, again, a interaction based. Okay, I talk about an interaction based, approach. and how this again sets up in terms of perceptions changing the right way, in terms of again being very intentional, knowing, okay, that you have control of your dog. Your dog sees you the right way and prevents this type of thing happening in the first place.
I mean, this truly is crazy how unprofessional these people are.
And thinking so many dogs are like that. So many dogs are capable of doing that.
So ban them all. Thank you, sir.
So this guy's saying like just ban them all. So when I look at this type of video or even these channels, I can understand why the public can just throw up their hands and get very frustrated. Because over time, as you see, more and more of these incidents are happening. You see certain breeds that are kind of like taking the fall. But if you look at the symptom, why this is, the problems here, where they're all originating from, it's from this type of, again, a type of a approach that does not, even identify what training represents, what a type of a process or a type of approach that is going to meet these dogs' social needs in a way that's going to again avoid these type of situations. So again, when we talk about the standard in the dog training world, you see there's no standard because the majority of trainers out there are not even following a real standard. When I talk about real standard, I'm talking about a standard in which the social needs of dogs are actually met the right way. So going down here, so again, coming from this point of, say, frustration or understanding, I can completely understand why, people get fed up over time because of what's happening. You look at the dog training community, it's just these trainers are just totally focused on themselves. They're not focused on confronting the real issue, and they're just focused on making money. And then even when these so-called experts go on, right? I mean, they're not offering any sort of solution or identifying what the core issue is. Now, here there was a actual dog attack that happened near my neck of the woods here in Orlando, involving a pit bull. Fox News came down to interview me about that, even though I wasn't involved with that dog. I hadn't trained that dog. I was involved with it, but they wanted kind of like an expert opinion on, on what happened. And I was very real in my response. You can see the interview. I have it on my YouTube channel. But the interesting thing is, after the interview, the reporter, what they told me was that when they called certain trainers in the area, they admitted that they wouldn't even touch certain breeds of dogs. And so, there's this almost awareness that this type of knowing what their limitations are to begin with. So I understand the dog training world is just full of just this type of hypocrisy, this lack of wanting to even admit that there's a problem. But again, going down through here, because yeah, I was interested to understand like what this channel is about. But again, you go down here, okay, and again focusing back on Kevin Murdaugh, anti-dog trainer, who brought up upset that this channel, the person on here wouldn't debate with them. Well, here's his comment here. He goes, "Are you willing to debate your position and expertise?" But like knowing what I know, it'd be a waste of time anyway. Like why would you want to have a Murdaugh on here? Is it's a waste of time because again, Murdaugh is part of the group that does not follow a methodology that reconciles those core ingredients. So it's all about just people, like I said, it's interesting. People just want to elevate themselves. When I look at a video like this, I can understand the frustration and knowing what I know about, again, what the central issue is here. That's what these trainers are all about. They're not even Murdaugh, not interested in actually confronting the real issue. They just want to jump on these podcasts to elevate themselves on social media. That's all this is about. So very interesting. But again, that's just where we're at in the dog training world. Thanks for watching.